We're on.
We're on.
We're on.
Hi.
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 Hi. How are
I
you?
haven't seen you in ages.
I know, right? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I did not knit it.
Knit 1, Sip 2, podcast number
13.
13?
Lucky 13.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
And today's Friday, December 20th. We're coming to you from Monterey, California.
Do you not know where we
I
are?
had to think about it for a minute. We're in Monterey, right?
We are.
I'm Jeanette, also known as Nettie Keese on Ravelry and Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Joan, and I'm Units on Ravelry and Knit 1 Sip 2 on Instagram.
We're kind of out of practice. We haven't done this in a while.
I'm so sorry. It's been so long.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
but I'm apologizing to them.
Oh, I know. But I know they'll say it's okay too.
That's true.
You know,
that's true. So thank
best.
you for being patient and.
Yeah, it was a while for Valley Fever, and now it's just life.
Yeah, Christmas, holiday life.
Yeah,
and Nutcracker life, and college application, and a high school application. Guess what? We have some good news. Did I tell you about Macy? I told you about Macy.
You told me she got a college acceptance.
Yes, Macy
Super
got
exciting.
her first college acceptance. Really exciting. And today, Cecilia got her high school acceptance.
Oh, good. Well, I'm not surprised.
So
though.
excited. I'm not, but at the same time, it's still exciting.
Yeah.
So,
one less thing to worry about over.
Yeah. I mean
holidays.
I don't mean that to sound too cocky, but she's kind of pretty much a straight A student. And she's a good kid. So anyway, at least I think she is.
I'm not surprised.
My lips look uneven. Okay, I feel like
Mine
this
do
lipstick.
too. I think maybe my eyesight is bad, and I do that like, the lipstick. Yeah. We really haven't been drinking. We are drinking now, but we are. But
yay!
Yeah, you want to tell what?
Yeah, we're drinking Kentucky Mules, which is bourbon. It's 2 ounces of bourbon, 1 ounce of lime juice, and then you fill the rest up with ginger beer, and it's got to be the Fever Tree ginger beer. And it's got the ginger gives it a nice holiday flavor. I feel like
and it's good for digestion.
That too, so hopefully less of a hangover. I can't drink wine as much anymore.
What happens to you?
Recently, I've been like up in the middle of the night, and then my legs start to hurt after during my second glass. I get all achy, so I think I need to hold off from wine and go to liquor for a little while and see what happens. Liquor, I can sleep fine on.
Interesting.
So,
well, you won't.
Anyway,
you won't like your Christmas gift. Can I give you?
Oh, I'll drink wine. I didn't get you anything.
You didn't need to. This is so tiny. Like, it's really tiny.
But look at how pretty it's wrapped.
Oh, no, it's not. Don't look too close. It's the first gift I've wrapped.
Aww.
I'm so out of
look at that. Look at how you, match the pretty brown ribbon to the pretty brown paper.
No, it's just what I had.
It's pretty.
I won't lie.
It's pretty. Well, I didn't wrap it, so it's beautiful. So
I know. I miss my daughter would always do my wrapping, so.
My sister used to ply me with gin and tonics.
Oh.
She'd sit me down and she'd say to me, the day before Christmas Eve, will you do some wrapping for me? Sure. And so she'd give me 4 or 5 presents and then a gin and tonic. And then all of a sudden 5 or 6 more boxes would show up with a fresh gin and tonic. And then
you were only 14.
Yeah. No, this was when I was in my 20s and I would come home to visit. So anyway, is there... Oh! I will make Kentucky Mules out of this. Let me tell you. Thank you. When did you get this?
Oh, well, it's not far to Monarch Knitting, so.
Oh, they have them at Monarch.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love these. Okay, 3 sheeps to the wind. I don't know if people can. Oh, yeah, they can. Sorry, there's the light. Wait, gotta go this way. Look at that. I've always loved these.
Yeah, those are
going
fun.
out of frame. Isn't that so cute? 3 sheeps to the wind. Who are these by again?
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
I know they have them at Stitches too, but they carry them at Monarch Knitting.
Raw Pearl. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna drink everything out of this.
Okay, good.
So
that's good.
So much.
You're welcome. So, are you wearing any knitwear?
I am, but I didn't knit it.
Good one.
This is my Christmas sweater that I bought years ago. I think I had only had Lucy. and I was like, it's going to be like my Christmas uniform. And it was before ugly Christmas sweaters were in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped wearing it because people started talking about ugly Christmas sweaters. And then I started wearing it again. I love it. It's like so much fun.
We had our ugly Christmas.
Like, the red. Sorry. Sorry, Canal.
I didn't notice that. Now I'm like, oh.
I know. It's like, I feel like I should.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yesterday we had our ugly sweater Christmas party for my work.
Fun.
And I wore my ugly sweater for a little while yesterday.
Oh.
So that was fun.
Where'd you get your ugly sweater from? Did you make it?
No, I got it from it is ugly. It has like a furry kind of collar. It's black, and then it has white, like little pom-poms all over it, and it has different snowmen, and they're 3D. They their scarves stick out and stuff, and they're all different colors.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That sounds kind of cute.
Yeah, actually. I got it in Minnesota, actually.
Oh, wow.
Years ago. But anyway, we're just blathering because we haven't seen each other very much.
Should we tell each other why we're on opposite sides?
Or
tell each other. Tell them.
Yeah, we know. Do tell.
So we're sitting back in my bedroom again because it's too cold outside and rainy. And so Jeanette usually sits here. But we realized why the lighting is so challenging when she sits here. It's because there's a light right above my head.
It kind of glowed.
Yes. I was like, gee, maybe it's her hair. So we decided to switch things up a little bit. So anyway.
Yeah.
So, maybe we should talk about knitting.
We should talk about knitting because this is a knitting podcast.
You want to go first?
I don't have much. Let's see.
Okay.
Well, I can say what I'm wearing.
I like your scarf.
This scarf I knit for my daughter in 2007. And at that point, she wore a uniform to school that was in the winter red and green. Do you remember the red and green uniforms? Yeah. And so I knit her this scarf to wear with her uniform.
So cute.
And so here is the scarf.
Those?
You know, I think I just crocheted really tightly.
And that made it zigzaggy?
I think I just did chain. And it yeah.
So cute.
It's kind of fun. So she
really
wore
is.
It. And then when she got done with uniforms out of high school, she was tired of uniforms and she doesn't wear very much red. So I inherited it. It was knit in, I have to look up my notes, 2007 out of Frog Tree Alpaca Sport. And it's worn really well. It's a
really
little
nice.
itchy, but it's also soft. Yeah. I knit it, the pattern, I used a pattern, Alpaca Hat and Scarf by Val Love. And so it was just lengthwise, super boring because it was just lengthwise and more. But I only wear it, I don't wear a lot of red, so I just wear it at Christmas. But that's really that. Cute. And then sweater, I don't think I've worn this on the podcast before because it's super warm. This is called Dacite. It's by Carol Feller. It has a button here, which I think was a vintage button. Whoop. Other way. A vintage button from my vintage stash.
Oop. Oh, other way. I know. I hate this. You go left and it's right.
So I put buttons on it. I don't really button it very often, but you could, and it kind of has this cool collar.
Really cute though.
Yeah, it's garter in the front and stockinette in the back, and then Carol Feller patterns have nice finishing. So I-cord finish. I knit it out of Rowan Tweed Aran, which is discontinued. I was going to say disconnected. Disconnected from my brain to my mouth. And I knit it in 2015.
Cool.
And then I have my vanilla latte socks. Oh, I don't know if I can do this.
Here we go. Cute. I like the brown. Did the brown come with it?
No. The color this is
Got it.
Yep. Let's see. The Once Upon a Corgi is the maker of the red yarn, and it's in the peppermint mocha colorway. I knit these a while ago. Vanilla latte sock pattern, and the brown is Lolo Did It Brown-Eyed Girl. So nice. Yeah, so that's all I'm wearing. All the knitwear. I never mind layering up on the knitwear. I was listening to an audio podcast the other day, and she said, Yeah, if I'm wearing a sweater, I never wear like a knitwear scarf or a knitwear shawl because it's too much homemade knitwear. And no, I'm wearing it. I wear it all. I layer it all up.
This time of year, I love my big shawls.
Yeah.
Just because it's kind of, here in Monterey, it's not...
It's 54 degrees.
Woo. Well, and the thing is like you're kind of going from warm to cold, in and out. And it's just nice to have that big shawl to just throw on and stay warm when it gets breezy. So.
It does. I tease. It is 54 degrees, but the coastal breeze gets cool, and so you want your neck warm.
Yes, exactly.
So I don't have much knitting to talk about. So your turn.
All right, my turn. All right. So, and I just realized I left the other 2 pieces I was going to talk about in the closet, so I'm going to have to get those in a second. You're going to have to fill the air. But I did
those are so cute.
Aren't those so cute?
Yes.
I did another, what is it called? Elementary Slipper Sock by Courtney Kane. I did it in Barocco Vintage. So, Macy wears her first pair of slipper socks that I did.
I love the red
nonstop.
Toe.
Yeah, well,
cute.
She's getting a pair of Birkenstocks for Christmas. I messed up the finish, but whatever. And she wears her other pair with her Birks all the time. So I thought these would be really cute with her Birkenstocks. Yeah, so I've got one done, and I'm about here on the second one. So I should be able to finish the other one up in time for Christmas. So I just thought that was really cute.
And what yarn is that?
This is Barocco Vintage, and this, I remember, it was like a leftover from another sock thing that I held double to finish it, because the Barocco Vintage, I knit this on like a 6 or a 7. So I really like knitting thicker socks.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like it goes faster and it's not as fussy, and it's helping me learn the anatomy of a sock.
Cool.
So yeah, so that's that. All right, now you need to fill time, or we need to pause because I gotta go run to the closet and get 2 Christmas gifts. You go.
Can fill a little time. I don't have a lot of knitting these days.
I don't either. I have a lot of yarn.
I don't even have a lot of yarn. I think I've been doing more sewing than knitting, but I also am working on the Kiviot hat. So the Kiviot hat is, I think I talked about it on the last podcast, but for those of you who might not have heard that, I bought some Kiviot at Stitches West in February, and I bought it for a friend of mine who, his brother had a Kiviot hat that he bought in Alaska, and he lost it, and it was his favorite hat. So he wanted me to kind of recreate that hat. So it was supposed to be a birthday present in September, but my arms were not cooperating, and knitting hurt, and knitting shouldn't be painful. So anyhow, I am working on it now, and now it's supposed to be Christmas. So this is what it looks like. It's just ribbing. It's kind of boring knitting, and it's like lace weight yarn.
I know.
And it's on super tiny needles. I don't know if they're 1.5s or 2s.
Oh wow, you've gotten really far with that.
Yeah, I hardly have any left. I'll show you how much I have left. Like it fell on.
So you're gonna bind off soon, huh?
No, there's another skein.
Oh, okay.
I think I asked him to order another skein. So this is not an inexpensive hat. So his brother better not lose the second one, right?
You can put a tile on it.
Yeah. So it's just ribbing. Really? I mean, I followed somebody's notes on Ravelry, and I have that in my project page. I so appreciated the notes. I think I cast on like 178 stitches. I'm not thrilled with my cast on. I did a different cast on. I think I did like alternating, and I should have just stuck with the regular. It looks a little funky to me.
I don't think so.
But it'll be fine. Is
he gonna roll it back?
Yeah, he's gonna roll up the brim anyway, and once it gets worn, it'll be fine. Yeah. But it's very soft. I wish you could feel it. It's very soft.
I don't know, for that price.
Well, I agree, but
I mean, I remember totally lusting over it for a shawl.
I would not want a $300 hat. Which is what it's
I
don't
end up want something that I can. I mean, like unless
I wouldn't.
Unless it's going to be in my ears or on my hand.
I wouldn't spend my money on it. But he lives in San Francisco, which is quite often chilly, and you could wear that kind of a hat year round.
Oh, shoot. What happened to us? Crap. Cut. There we are.
So
sorry. I clicked on another window.
That's my only. I work on that every time I sit down, pretty much, if I'm not too tired. So I have done really very little other knitting because I want to get this done by Christmas.
Yeah. Is he giving it to him for Christmas?
He is. Oh. And yeah, no pressure or anything, right?
None.
I know. I have a little bit to do because, well, I put it away, but I have a little bit to do because if he's going to roll over the brim, he's got a big head, you know, that's still a little ways to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like maybe 3 more inches.
Yeah.
Did you already start decreasing or no?
No.
Okay.
No. So it's...
Yeah. Yeah, but 3 inches on those little needles is quite a ways.
Yeah, it's hard. I need to put a progress keeper on there because it's hard to notice that.
Yeah, that would, I think, make you feel better.
On.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not fun knitting something you don't really want to knit.
No. How's your hand?
Oh, I have a new
I know you showed
old
me
lady injury, but
one.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's move on.
She doesn't like talking about that stuff. But anyway. All right, so I talked last time about the what's it called? The Big Little Crop by Rusty Knits. And I did Lucy's, and now I've done one for each of Macy and Cecilia. And I'm so happy. Each one of them is slightly different.
Do they know?
No. So this is Macy's. Wait, this way. So this is Macy's.
Oh, that's so cute.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah. Now,
actually, this is Cece's. Sorry.
Is it hard to weave in those ends so that they don't show?
I haven't, you'll see I haven't woven the ends in.
So I feel like that would show.
Well, okay, so here's the really cool thing. So let me get the end of one of these. So
really soft.
What you're supposed to do, and it tells you to do this in the pattern, is you're supposed to pull back. Here, wait, let me get another end. Here we go.
And did the pattern call for that yarn?
This was one of the options.
Oh.
So you can see that, wait, this way. That it's like a jersey knit stocking with the fill stuff inside. So what you do is and here you can see this is kind of empty here because it's really flat. And the stuffing starts over here. So what you're supposed to do is you take this and you stick it in there. So they tell you to like pull back this and cut away some of the inside so that it's empty. So let's pretend I did that. I would open this up, stick this inside, and then sew it. Oh. So you sew one piece to the other, and you can't even tell. Like, I don't even remember where I've done that.
So that's where you're joining skeins.
Right. That's where I'm joining skeins. And then what happened is when I started a new skein, there was always some of this stuff that had unraveled. Mm-hmm. So I just saved it and doubled it up on my needle. And that's what I used to sew them together. It wasn't the strongest thread, but it doesn't need to be. You're just, and you just sew it a lot. So anyway, so then I just have to weave in an end here.
So will you take out the inner stuff to weave it in or just weave it in?
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. I haven't even thought about it. So I've got to weave in an end there and an end over here.
Yeah, that's really cute.
Yeah. So I'm really happy. So that one's Cecilia's. So with Lucy's, I just did like a regular stockinette all the way down, so it kind of curls a little bit.
14.
Cecilia's 14, right. And then I made the sleeves a little longer. So that's Cece's. And then Macy's, I haven't finished sewing the seam on Macy's. So sewing the seam is another interesting thing because it's too thick to put in a needle, darning needle.
Right.
So I finger sew it. I literally just pull it through with my fingers. So this is Macy's. I did a, what did I do? Seed stitch for her hem.
Oh, yeah.
And I made her sleeves a little, believe it or not, I made them a little wider and longer. But I love this orange.
Yeah, that'll look nice on there.
Yeah. So I'm really happy. And then Macy's has got an even hem all the way around. Whereas Cecilia's and Lucy have the front is a little shorter than the back. So I just, wanted everybody to have a little bit something different. But I am so happy with these. $30 for Lucy's yarn, which took less yarn. And then I think this one cost me $40.
And hers took less because she's shorter?
Yeah, well, I stuck exactly to the pattern with Lucy's.
Got it.
So, and she is way shorter than the other two. So I made Macy's and Cece's a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way these turned out. And if the girls don't like them, I've already talked to my boss and she said that she would like to buy one for me and she could sell the other ones in the store. So, because I said
Cool.
otherwise, I'm taking them apart and making them a blanket because it's surprisingly warm. Yeah, I've got some labels, but I'll pull here. So this is the label of the yarn. It's called For Not Maker Big.
Fun.
So yeah, it really.
And how many skeins did you say they took?
I used 4, right around 4 for Macy and Cecilia. I think I had a little bit left, but not much.
Fun.
So, and then 3 for Lucy. So it's a really, I'm surprised more people haven't done it because it's a really simple pattern. You literally start from the back, knit up to a certain degree or to a certain point, add stitches on for the sleeves, knit over, decrease stitches for the sleeves. Oh, and then you, partway through the sleeves, you cast off the neck hole, go across, come back, cast back on. That's the neck hole, and then knit down the other side, and that's it. And then all you have to do is the seam that goes up the side and down through the sleeve, and that's it.
Fun.
So yeah, it really has been fun. So anyway, so that's what I make for the girls, and that's all I have for. I mean, I've got my growing cardigan that I haven't worked on at all. And then what else do I have? Oh, my sister's shawl that I haven't worked on at all. So those are my other works in progress. So but that's it. So do you have anything else? You want me to go with yarn?
The only other thing is I have that sock that I made for Gary, the pneumonia socks. I started them when he was in the hospital.
Pneumonia socks.
I call them
the moldy socks.
Yeah, the Valley Fever socks.
I
can say that now that he's almost. He's way better. He's still taking medication.
Yes, thank you everybody for sending your good thoughts and everything.
Sweet. Yeah, so sweet.
Everybody was awesome.
He was super sick, but he's so much better now, and his birthday's on Sunday, so how dare he having a Christmas birthday. This is the Spacious OMG socks. I had to think a minute. The heel is kind of funky. It's like a super big decrease, and it doesn't look great now, but it on the foot, it's fine. And the yarn is by Twisted Owl. I don't love the yarn dyeing. I mean, it's okay. It's busy. But it's a cashmere nylon merino blend, and so is the toe. The toe's from Lolo Did It. It's, I think, her Folsom colorway. So these are super soft socks, and I knitted them because it was all skeined up, and I just needed a quick run to the hospital project. So I have one sock. I just need to Kitchener the toe, but I need to get him to try it on first to make sure that I have the sizing right. And he's very sock knit worthy because he wears all the knitted socks I've made him. So
I thought you only like to do toe up.
I do. Yeah, these I don't know why. I usually do toe up 2 at a time, and this time I did cuff down 1 at a time. I don't know what possessed me. It was
a crazy time.
I had the fever too.
Yeah,
I don't.
You had sock fever.
So I hate having like one sock done, but as soon as I get the Kiviat hat done, I'll probably start.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice go-to.
Second. Yeah. So that's really all I have.
Well, I don't have anything else as far as knitting, but I have yarn.
Oh, yarn's always fun.
So,
what you got?
Well, I got my Plucky. So this is, I'm so excited. So this is, you always remember the name of the cardigan. The church mouse.
Oh, the modern wrapper.
That one. I never forget it. So I finally leapt and I bought this for the modern wrapper. I just look at those speckles.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I think that's
it's very
be
pale,
so
like
pretty.
very pale,
very
speckles.
Subtle. Yeah. So, and I got it.
There are some speckles.
Yeah. It's sweater. Yeah. It's the Plucky Knitter sweater.
Super soft.
And it's merino nylon.
Like sands through the hourglass.
Yes.
That's the name of the colorway.
And they were awesome because they had a military discount for Veterans Day. So that's why I leapt, because I bought 8 skeins. So, but yeah, I'm just
like sands through the hourglass.
This way.
So are the days of our lives. How old am I?
I need to know who at Plucky is watching that. But anyway,
right.
But I really like the speckles. there's some pink ones. Don't you think that'll look nice in that cardigan?
Yeah, it's very subtle.
Yeah.
So it's only going to show up
just a little bit of movement. See, like there's like a
pretty.
pink one there. So anyway, so I got that. And then for those of you that follow me on Instagram, and I'm going to start posting while Gary is editing. I'll get to that in a second. So for those of you that follow me on Instagram, you hear me talk a lot about my GTS, my globe-trotting sister, who, whenever she is on a business trip and has free time, she is very generous and goes yarn shopping for me. So she was in Kyoto a few months ago, and she sent me a care package of yarn that she got while she was in Kyoto. So she went to this store called Avril, Avril, and I'm sorry for the crinkle. And what they do is look at all this yarn. You can't see it. Hang on, let me get this out of the crinkle.
So pretty.
So what they do is they have like they have a whole wall, and I'm going to post about this on Instagram while Gary is editing so that you'll get the story leading up into this. But what they do is they have a whole wall of spools of basically thread type yarn. And you go in and you select 2 or 3 or 4 of these threads. They take the spools off and then they put them on spool winders and then they wrap the yarn together. So like this one is made up of this like hairy one. Then there's like this kind of clearish like nylon looking one. And then there's a zigzaggy one. And so they wind it together and then they wind up however much you want on the spool. So my sister, WhatsApped me while she was there and she's like, what do you want? And I was like, I don't know. But so I tried to give her some ideas of colors, but so she selected all of this. But look at how pretty.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Isn't that fun? And
what do you think he'll do with it?
I have no idea. But like I was thinking everything from like maybe the cuffs of a sweater. You know, like this one is delicate enough. I think what I need to do is take it off the cone and figure out how many yards I have. You know, like will this make a part of a shawl? I don't know. So, but I thought it was so pretty.
Yeah,
and she had so much fun, and it was so
another one.
Inexpensive.
This is fun.
I can't remember how much it was. Oh, and I like the I thought this was very Chanel-y, pink and brown. Isn't that so pretty? So yeah, so I'm not sure. Yeah, that was fun.
Interesting. It's like a nylon.
Yeah, like a webbing or something. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking either like a stripe and a shawl or I don't know. I made myself a scarf years ago that it was different yarns and you knit the scarf lengthwise and I seem to recall that you knit down and back again and then you picked up a different yarn and knit down and back again, but when you knit, you passed over one stitch. So it was like a woven pattern. So it was like knit one, then pass one, then knit one, then pass one, or slip one. So I was thinking that might be cool to pick up some other yarns and make like a really big shawl and have something kind of connecting some of these together. I don't know. I'm in love with this and the blue one. This pink and brown is really doing it for me.
Yeah.
And then this is, believe it or not, purple and...
Oh.
Yeah, it's got like a purple in it. So, yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah, so that was fun. So she had so much fun, and it was really, I want to say that, I don't remember, I have to look. I want to say that these were each like, this was less than $100 worth of yarn. So, anyway, So there was that. So that was Avril, something like that. Yeah. You see that? Oop, wrong way. That's the name of the yarn. So, and they've got a website and they ship. So, then she went to a yard goods store, and I have absolutely no clue. Absolutely no clue. She was like, "Oh, I found this yarn," and it was like, it was cheapo, but it's like cotton. And I looked it up on Ravelry, and people crochet, and I think that this comes out like in different patterns if you crochet a small project.
Interesting.
Like somebody crocheted something and it came out houndstooth.
Wow.
So she got me.
I got a pattern when I was at the when I went to the Sierra Nevada yarn crawl that I think this might work for. It made like, I think it's knit. It could be crochet. I don't remember, but it makes like a little purse. But you can yeah, that'd be
so. She got me those, and I think this is cotton.
Yeah, I think so.
And this was like, I think these were like $1 a piece or something. And then she got me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I mean, you could always just make washcloths or a towel too, because cotton.
Yeah, I guess. But I just thought they were like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. One of these days when I'm bored, I'll figure it out.
It reminds me a lot of the yarn I bought in whatever yarn shop on the.
I remember seeing it and thinking of this because at that point my sister had Instagrammed me. But don't you think that's cotton?
It feels like it, yeah.
And
yeah.
What do you think it's fingering or sport?
I think it's fingering.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so that was fun. She was like, "Oh, I found this yarn and it was so inexpensive. I just bought all of it that they had." So I was like, "Okay, yeah, cotton pooling it's called."
Oh.
So,
well, there you go.
You can make very colorful works. Oops, wait, where are we going? There we go.
That's cool.
So anyway, so there's that. And then she went to Walnut.
To where?
Walnut.
Walnut
is the other store in Kyoto.
Okay.
And I think that they're like either the same company that owns, is it Amarisu? Mm-hmm. I think they own Amarisu.
Oh, okay.
So, because they had a ton of their yarn. And so she said this was their hand-dyed yarn.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Parade.
That's
so
your color.
She bought me that.
That's beautiful.
So, and I don't know my glasses.
Wool, it's
fingering weight.
60% wool, 20% cotton, 10% silk, 10% linen. Oh, yeah, that'll be beautiful.
So pretty. Isn't it so nice? So I have to figure out
that'll
what
make
I'm going to
make.
Really
nice summer garment. That's gorgeous. So that color is going to look really good on you.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was fun. So she 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skeins of that.
Yeah, and it's how many yards? Let's see. It's 420 yards. So yeah, that's a sweater's quantity.
Yeah. So
nice.
I thought that was so. Yeah. So she had fun. And then I think she said she's going to England in January. So maybe Loop, or there's so many stores in England, in London. So I don't know. So we'll figure it out. And let you know. So, but the cute thing is, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I don't know how you can knit all this.
I don't know either, but it'll be fun. Well, the Plucky Knitter is my competition dance competition project.
You're in a competition?
No.
I didn't know.
No. This is my dance competition because remember I have to have a light yarn.
Right.
So between this and my sister's shawl, which is that light gray, this is going to be my dance competition.
When does dance competition start?
Well,
season?
Like they have a showcase in January, so like end of February.
No rest.
I mean, excuse me, end of January, beginning of February.
No rest for those dance moms.
No,
I'm telling you.
No
wow,
rest.
That's crazy.
No rest. So so that's what the Plucky is going to be for, and then I have a couple projects in mind that I want to get. Plucky's going to be at Stitches West.
Oh, they are? How do you know that?
Yes, because they already have the vendor preview
I am
out.
so out of it. You know, that's only in 2 months.
I know.
That's
I have to
crazy.
hurry up
It's
and
going to
knit.
be here right away.
I know. And I'm like, I have got to have my growing cardigan done because that's made out of Plucky.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm hoping to have one of these started, well underway. And then I've got like all these other ones.
I think my sister Dina might come. So we need to talk Amy into coming.
Mm-hmm.
But
sounds good. So yeah. Oh, so what I was going to say was this lovely gal, Jennifer, that I met in San Francisco when I was at Imagine It. She had just, I think, Jennifer, you're going to have to send me an email and let me know, or, through Ravelry, message me. I think she said she had just finished her first sweater when I met her, and she was buying yarn for her mom to make her mom the same exact sweater, and it was out of Shibui. And so we chatted, and I was telling her about indie dyers and stitches.
Does she sew
and
too?
I don't know why.
Well, because there's, I think, is she Jennifer in SF?
Yeah, Jennifer SF.
Oh, I love her Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's been Instagramming and
that's cool.
And she said, "Oh, GTS Globetrotting Sister inspired me." So now she travels with work and she's going to all these different yarn stores. So now
yes, I've seen it.
We have to convince her to show up at Stitches so that we can see some of the projects she started.
Or we could go up to we could do that too.
But anyway, shout out to Jennifer SF because she's been awesome. And then the other one that I wanted to shout out to was Susie QA on Ravelry, because she messaged me about a week ago and said, we need more podcasts.
Aww,
and I was like, oh,
that's so sweet.
Yeah, I was like,
what nice people.
Yeah, so
where does she live? Do you remember?
I don't know that I didn't have time to look it up.
Can she come to Stitches?
Who?
Susie. We need a little Stitches contingent.
Where did she?
So I don't toast think she to those ladies.
Yes.
Susie and Jennifer.
Hey. Yes, Susie and Jennifer. So. Anyway, and I haven't watched, I feel so bad. I haven't watched Every Well in ages. I've seen her postings.
I've watched a couple vlogmases. I've watched Brooklyn Knit Folks vlogmas because I love seeing the New York street scenes. She does all the subway scenes. Brooklyn Knit Folk.
Okay.
She sews and she knits, but she does a great job editing, and she also just does street scenes, and I love seeing the New York architecture and the subway scenes.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
She went to the New York Public Library, the beautiful one, the other day, and so that one's fun.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I've been remiss. I think between work and getting ready for Christmas, and I felt like it came up really quickly.
Well, there was all because we missed out on an extra.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was late and not enough weekends in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And, Nutcracker. That's super exciting.
So it was. And it was great. The production was amazing. It was probably, and I'm not saying this because I've got kids in it, but I think it was the best one that Tia's ever put on. So cool. We had a couple of, we had 2 guys come in and dance with the girls, which is always so special because the girls get to partner and get to learn about partnering, and it changes their dance a little bit for the better because then they kind of have to, for Cecilia, when she learned how to partner, she didn't partner in this dance. It helped her with her turns because he was able to help show her how to get on center and everything. But anyway, that's too much dance mom information. But it was fun. And, I'm hoping that now I'm not working until after Christmas, that I get into the Christmas spirit a little bit.
Yeah. Between work has been busy, and so I'm a little behind. I'm more behind or less, not behind, but less organized than I usually am.
When are the kids coming in?
I've been working a lot. Tomorrow, my adult kids come tomorrow.
Do you have any other kind of kids?
No, but today at work, someone said, when you say kids, I think they're little, but like they're my age.
Well, they wouldn't be too little if they were coming from someplace else.
Right. So this was like a 29-year-old who said that to me. Oh, okay. So my kids are 28 and 24, and they're coming tomorrow. Both of them are coming tomorrow. So one from Denver. 28. Yeah, one from Denver and one from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So
and my 21-year-old's here.
Yay.
So and we've decided that next year, if Macy decides to go down south, she'll be able to drive Macy home from college.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Driving
anyway.
from college is nice.
It is. It's very nice because she can come home whenever she's ready, and we don't have to go down and pick her up, and it doesn't cost anything via plane ride. So,
yeah.
anyway.
So now at this point, I have for Christmas, I have the mindset of if it's not done, oh well. I just kind of like, we're not going crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Are you cooking?
Yeah. Well, we all.
Yeah.
Or are cooking. My kids like to cook too, so they want to cook also. So between my daughter and her boyfriend and my son and my husband and me, then, there's enough cook.
Glitch.
Yeah, I don't know where I was. I was just
Gary, birthday.
Plotting on about
prattling.
Gary's
gonna put it down there in spelling now.
he's gonna be saying those mules were really kicking their. His birthday's Sunday. So yeah, whatever doesn't get done, I try to have birthday just be birthday and not do anything for Christmas on the birthday, but whatever doesn't get done at this point, and lots of cooks and lots of drivers. So, it's fine. They can run to the store if we don't have all the right things. And it's not about the gifts. It's just about being together. Fun. Yes. So yeah, we're super excited to just hang out and play games and do puzzles. And
I got a puzzle this year. I'm so excited.
Oh, fun.
So
what is your puzzle?
It looks like a old menopause brain. What's that style of house? Shaker, not Shaker.
Tudor?
No, the
Victorian.
No, newer. I can show you the damn puzzle. Where is it?
Arts and crafts.
That one. It's like an arts and crafts.
Craftsman.
Yeah, arts and crafts. It looks like an arts and crafts.
Oh,
why are you asking me what puzzle? How am I supposed to describe it?
I got like Las Vegas, the strip, which is so not us. I just thought, well, it'll be fun. Right? We're not really. We don't really know.
No, ours is like an illustration, and it's like an arts and crafts
cute
wood cut thing, and it's got different animals around it, which I figure it's 1,000 pieces. We'll see if it happens. It's going to happen on this table.
There you go.
We'll see. So anyway, we are prattling on. Well, it's been a short episode, so
yeah,
I just kind of Anyway,
well, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate whatever other holiday you celebrate,
Kwanzaa,
Happy Holidays,
New Year,
Hanukkah, whatever.
We've already passed Diwali, but Happy Diwali. I don't know, whatever. Everybody, just be peaceful, be happy,
enjoy,
be rested.
Yeah,
enjoy. Hope you're close to your family if you want to be. Anyway, enjoy. Go happy knit peacefully and quietly and enjoy. And we'll see you in the new year.
Cheers. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.